Dry needling is the third manual therapy technique that is most proven by science. You'll hear a lot of times, why would you do manual therapy? Patient can just exercise. After you do dry needling, you have neurological effects. So I will not bother you long with science, but I need why. You'll hear a lot of people that love to call themselves evidence-based therapists, but most of them are not evidence-based therapists because they cherry-pick evidence most of the time to say that something is good and something is not good. Why am I talking about that? Because dry needling is the third manual therapy technique that is most proven by science. So when you hear that acupuncture is alternative medicine, excuse me for the wording, but that is bullshit. Why? Because acupuncture has more than 5,000 high-quality scientific research that is proven that acupuncture is effective. So it's really unbelievable that somebody is saying that it's alternative medicine today, because it's not. HLA has over 1,000 high-quality scientific research that is confirming that is working, and dry needling has over 500 high-quality research papers. So basically, it's really heavily researched, and we have really high, not maybe high quality evidence, but medium quality evidence that it's working. So you cannot get much better evidence than that. One advice for everyone: most of those research papers are from Pedro evidence database. pedro.org.au is the science research online page that is getting only science research papers for physical therapy and rehabilitations in the one place, and it's really useful because you can get there on orthopedics, on rheumatology, on sports physiotherapy, and you can write your email just for the stuff that interests you, and they will send you every month for free. I'm not paid by them, I'm just suggesting you. They will send you every month for free new scientific research in every part of the physical therapy and rehabilitation that you are interested in, so that's very useful. They have scale of scientific paper quality. Scale is 210, 0 to 10. If you have quality paper from 5 to 10, it's high quality paper. Every one of those papers that I have mentioned here is newer. The latest is from 2020, and every one of them is at least 7 of 10. That means it is double-blinded, it is randomized control, it has everything that it needs to be high-quality research paper. So, first research paper that I have mentioned here, I will not be boring with research papers, I will tell you how they can be applied in practice. So, first systematic review from 2022, whose goal was to investigate the effectiveness of dry needling on chronic neck pain, showed that dry needling gives better results on chronic neck pain than placebo in period of 3 to 6 months. You know what that means? One dry needling, you will have less pain in the patients for 3 to 6 months. That's crazy long period. Do you know any other therapy that works in 3 to 6 months? So basically that is crazy long period to get patient back. What is the point of manual therapy? The point is to get patient as soon as possible in active therapy so he can get rehabilitated and get in the state before the problem or disease. And that's the whole point. So if we have manual therapy that can fix the pain, restore mobility and release the nerve compression in period in 3 to 6 months, we can get patients back really effective. And some of my colleagues ask me, what if the patient doesn't want to work out and doesn't want to walk and everything? We cannot help them. If they do not want to help themselves, how can we help them? It's pointless. They need to move, they need to be active. The second research that we had was randomized controlled trial from 2020 that was conducted on 46 patients with chronic lumbar pain, showed that dry needling with an exercise program, which is really important, gives significantly better results in reducing pain and sensitivity compared to independent exercise program. You'll hear a lot of times, why would you do manual therapy? Patient can just exercise. You will have much faster rehabilitation period if you apply manual therapy, especially dry needling. So here, 46 patients had much better results in a period of 3 months if you combined dry needling with the exercise, which you always need, combine manual therapy and exercise. Third scientific research that was here was systematic review. This was a huge one. Systematic review from 2022 included 94 studies and 402 patients with subacromial impingement syndrome, which is really often a problem, show that dry needling is a safe and effective technique for reducing pain and increasing function of the shoulder joint. You will see we will today do a supraspinatus. Supraspinatus is the main culprit for impingement syndrome because tendon of the supraspinatus is going down from acromion in the really narrow space and you can get impinged. So when you get impinged, you have impingement syndrome. When you do dry needling with supraspinatus, you will have great results for impingement syndrome. Fourth systematic review from 2022 was investigating. This is really interesting because actually it was thought that dry needling only has mechanical effects, orthopedic effects, but in the last few years it was proven that it has a lot of neurological benefits. So basically this systematic review was investigating the effects of dry needling on spasticity, pain, motor function and sensitivity after stroke. And it showed that dry needling reduces spasm, pain and pressure sensitivity after stroke in the long term. What does that mean? I had the best neurologist in Croatia I had on my course. She finished dry needling master course. She has around 250 scientific research papers in neurology. She's really famous in Croatia. And she said after the course that she is 100% sure that after you do dry needling that you have neurological effects in a way that the finishes of the nerves are rearranging and you have really long-term rearrangement effects, and that is proven by this study because you can reduce spasm after the stroke. Every one of the muscles that I show you here, you can do it on a neurological problem. The same, just make sure that there is no contraindications. That is really important. And the last scientific research was systematic review from 2022 that included 7 studies that studied the impact of dry needling on pain and functions in tendinopathies and show that if you do eccentric training, which is #1 thing in tendinopathies, you always need to do eccentric training. If you combine it with dry needling, you will get much better results. I usually do a lot of patellar tendonitis and a lot of Achilles tendonitis, and amazing results as when you combine dry needling and eccentric exercise, you will get 3 times faster results. We will do tendinopathies on the second level. On the second level, we do extremities. You will see most of the courses in the world do in a 3 days whole body. And you will see today and tomorrow why that is not smart, because dry needling is crazy complicated. If you have finished HVLA or any kind of spinal manipulations, dry needling is even more complex than spinal manipulation. So for me, I actually concepted first in the world in 3 levels. Why? Because I can teach you every part perfectly safely and perfectly precisely. You will see it's much better quality when you take it slow. This will not be slow. You will see tomorrow when you go through cervical area, thoracic area, lumbar, gluteal and lateral trunk, you will be so many information, your brain will be burned. So it will be crazy, you will see, so it will be too much. But on the second level, we do tendinopathies.